There's a new film out called Tenet. It's a 2020 science fiction action thriller written and directed by Christopher Nolan, who did Interstellar. I've not seen this film, but this circle here, there's 12, and there's a thing in the middle. Earlier last year, I did a video about Ophiuchus that I think it's not a real sign, and you can see here that they are depicting Ophiuchus. It even has the U in the middle. So this also looks like a Stargate as well. That tells me that this film is probably about time travel or dimensions. You've got these little 3 circles, but there's 2 up top and 2 at the bottom, which makes a cross. A CIA agent, the protagonist, participates in an undercover operation in Kiev Opera House. He joins a secret organization called Tenet. A scientist shows him bullets with inverted entropy, which allows them to move backwards through time. And the film takes its title from the Sator Square. This is old magical working. I think it was mentioned in some books in Pompeii. The Sator Square providing the film title, but they have the S and the N reversed. And I saw this film on the shelf in a store, and it caught my attention because Tenet sounds very similar to Tanit, who is a Phoenician goddess, who is associated with Ishtar, Aphrodite, Venus, etc. This is one of the covers on the film. There's 2 men, but it's the same person, and it looks a lot like Janus, the god of doorways, that he's got 2 heads. The Roman Lidas describes Protextus the Hierophant as saying that Janus sends the diviner souls to the lunar throng. Janus, or Janus, the god with 2 faces, was the guardian of the door. His name comes from Inua, a door or entrance gate that has 2 sides, and is also the masculine form of the Roman moon goddess Diana, who was the gateway to life and death. Another one of the covers for this film. They're telling you it's a Stargate, they're telling you it's a CERN. Count how many there's: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then him cut in half is 7, 8. So it's the same thing like Kelsey Ballerini, with a CERN portal behind her wearing a red dress, which connects to Ishtar, the portal goddess. Now from the other video I did, it showed that this is the symbol for Venus, and that's exactly what's on the cover of this film. They know what they're doing. Christopher Nolan also did Inception. Look at this picture here. Oh, what a coincidence that it looks exactly like that. Now, there's not many pictures on the internet of this thing, but I did find some. And this here with the teacup reminds me of Alice in Wonderland at the tea party with the Mad Hatter. There's another cover of it. He's coming out of a mirror, which connects to Alice going through the looking glass to another world or dimension. We've got the 3 of them here, white, black, and red, which are the phases in alchemy. This is another one of the film covers. And to me, this looks like a toroidal field. The Phoenician goddess Ashtar, which is Ishtar. Look, it's the same symbol right there, including that little thing at the top. Now, it says here that it was released August 26. August is the 8th month. 2 plus 6 is 8. Since the Aztec feast of the rejuvenation of Maize was celebrated at 8-year intervals, it may have been related to Venus. 8 years is the time span after which Venus phenomena recur on approximately the same dates of the year. In the United States, it was released September 3rd, so September is the 9th month, and then you've got the 3, so then that's 3 and 6 and 9. They were released the 26th of August to the 3rd of September. That's in the sign of Virgo. Concerning the planet Venus, she hath Taurus and Libra for her houses. She is exalted in 27 Pisces. She receiveth detriment in Aries and Scorpio, and hath her fall in 27 Virgo. Virgo is the maiden. It's in the 6th house, and it's ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is associated with mirrors and going to this other place. Now on this one, they tell you exactly what it is. The sun up here is rising. That's Venus as the morning star. And then on this side, it's crashing and falling, and that's Venus as the evening star. This is the Yoruban goddess Yamaya. Look at her tail. One tail is dark blue, and the other tail is light blue. Venus as the rising and falling star. Her breasts are in spirals, they go in opposite directions. That might have to do with the magnetic fields opposite each other, and she's wearing a pearl necklace, which connects to Venus, which means this is another representation of Venus. That's what they're showing you here. One is light skin, he's Venus as the morning star, and one is dark skin, Venus as the evening star. They show you this here again. Look, they're twins. They're sitting the same way, but they're opposite. The white man is wearing white. That's Venus as the morning star, because she's bright. But when Venus is going down in the evening, it gets darker, so you have the dark man wearing a darker suit. Now, the woman that's wearing the yellow shallow kameez reminded me of Oprah in A Wrinkle in Time. She wore green and gold with the scales. And that's what I see here, green and gold, and the sari looks a bit like scales. On this one, he's wearing a vest that is yellow and orange, which is significant because I think it relates to Ophiuchus. He's wearing the red and yellow, which together makes orange. And I don't think this is a real sign, because I've heard that Ophiuchus is the upper house of Scorpio. So that means Ophiuchus is the false messiah, because it's not a real sign. They used to call him Serpentarius, but now they're calling him Ophiuchus, because Ophidian is of or resembling snakes, so it's a fake sign and it's a fake name. But if you look at Stellarium from 2011, they were calling him Serpentarius. But if you look at it now, they call him Ophiuchus. The film Tenet went under the working title Merry-Go-Round. This is a merry-go-round. It's also called a carousel, and it goes round and round and round. It's got mirrors on it, some of them, which I think connects to the astrological wheel. This is the Sumerian one with the disc with wings in the center, and I think that's what they're showing you on this poster. The N is bright, and it's got those two lines, so it's pointing to him. He's in the middle, telling us he's the new sun, or the new Christ, or in which case, the false Christ. But when you reverse it, to me it looks like the fourth pentacle of Jupiter from Solomon's Seals. This has to do with bringing riches and money to you, and allegedly this film made a lot of money. So we just had the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, and from the 2nd of October about until the 25th is when they conjuncted each other. When you put that on top of that film poster, you get that symbol, which looks like this film poster. And there are 6 of them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because Virgo is in the 6th house. I don't need to see these films, because the cover of it is going to tell me exactly what it's about, and the cover can have 20 different meanings in it. Of Venus, her signification, nature, and property, from William Lilly's Christian Astrology. Venus is a bright, shining color and is well known amongst the vulgar by the name of the evening star, or Hesperus, and that is when she appears after the sun is set. Common people call her the morning star, and the learned Lucifer, when she is seen long before the rising of the sun. Venus is called Lucifer when she's the falling star, and that's why they released this film in the sign of Virgo. So these are pentacles of Solomon, and the one on the right is the 3rd pentacle of Venus, and it looks exactly like the poster here. So we're back to this astrological wheel, or merry-go-round that we're all on. Some people call it a roundabout. And it made me think of Alice in Wonderland, the Caucasus race. And the dodo said, if you want to get dry, you have to run around in a circle, which doesn't make any sense. So she's running around in circles, and she only leaves that circle when she gets out of it. But at the end of the film, she ends up back on that circle, and now it's bigger, and he's higher up as if he's conducting something. She's down there being pushed by a crow. Crows represent death, or they bring your soul to the afterlife. So that represents her still on the wheel and reincarnating over and over again, because the carousel has mirrors to keep you locked in this illusion. The Alice in Wonderland going through a mirror to another dimension. People are stuck on these mirrors. They've got this illusion and these mirrors around them all the time, and the solution is to get off of that wheel. Get off the hamster wheel. It's a trap. This whole thing is a trap. We just keep going round and round and round and round. And it stops when you get off of it. When you stop being attached to food and people, and you stop desiring things and you stop wanting things. And it stops when you decide to get off of it.